Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 3, and today we're taking a look at the 2017 Porsche Panamera Turbo. Now this is a second generation Porsche Panamera, and it's slightly longer, wider and taller with a longer wheelbase than the previous generation, though we're only talking about millimetres here. For instance, the wheelbase is 35 millimetres longer, so only minor subtle differences, but they're there for a reason, just to make it that bit more practical, that bit more bigger for people to use. And yeah, I really do like this one compared to the previous generation. I prefer the looks to it. I mean, it's not beautiful by any means, and it's certainly not the best looking Porsche out there, but the rear end looks a lot better now that it's looking more like a 911 Turbo S than yeah, the previous versions, which had rubbish headlights, etc. It's also really rather luxurious inside, even though it only seats 4 people in this version because there's a centre console in the middle there. But nonetheless, still practical, as you can see. And yeah, really rather luxurious, as you'd expect from a road car from Porsche. So yeah, all the usual kind of stuff, touch screens, automatic gearbox. So yeah, really rather nice. And it's also somewhat practical even in terms of the boot space. Sorry about that. Close those doors. So yeah, it's even practical in terms of the boot space, which we'll take a look at now. So there, yeah, as you can see, it's huge. So yeah, you've certainly got no problems with this in terms of practicality. I also like the spoiler in terms of the way it goes out and goes in. Most spoilers only come out the width of the car itself, where the boot is, but because this falls outwards, it looks more like a normal fixed spoiler than one of those diddy ones that just come out and look pretty ridiculous. So yeah, really like the design on that. It's really rather clever, and obviously provides more aerodynamic downforce. And yeah, engine wise it's pretty good as well. 4 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, produces 550 horsepower and 567 pounds-feet of torque, and that's pretty decent. That's only 12 horsepower less than the Turbo S version from the previous generation, and it's got more torque as well. So yeah, pretty damn powerful engine there. And there's even a more powerful version coming out in next year with the SE Hybrid, which is obviously a hybrid car, and that has 680 horsepower. So yeah, hopefully that car will be in a future game, because that amount of power with more than 600 pounds-feet of torque and the all-wheel drive system would make that car absolutely fly. And yeah, that's proven by the fact that this car's no slouch either. So yeah, to see that, we're going to take it out onto the circuit and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. Right, let's see what this Panamera can do. So yeah, absolutely flies off the line thanks to that all-wheel drive and all that torque and power. And that's despite the fact that this car is quite a hefty car, weighing 4,398 pounds. So yeah, it's no light vehicle, but it feels a lot lighter than it actually is, quite frankly, thanks to not only the all-wheel drive system, but the excellent brakes and the fact that the car handles really rather well as well. It really does not feel like a near 4,400 pound car. And yeah, that's kind of shown in terms of the acceleration as well. 0 to 60, 3.4 seconds. 0 to 100 in 8.220 seconds, going into a top speed of 205 miles an hour. So yeah, that is pretty sharpish for a car of this size and weight. And yeah, quite frankly, I think it's pretty much the best saloon car, certainly on this game, that is modern, quite frankly. Because it just handles like a sports or even a supercar, but it's got all the practicality of a saloon car, so there's really no downside to this car whatsoever. Yes, if it was lighter it would be quicker, but you really can't sniff at a 0 to 60 time in 3.4 seconds, especially in a car of this size and weight. So yeah, really do like this. I like it a lot more than the first generation Panamera that we had on Forza Motorsport 6, I think. Wasn't on that, we did have it on Forza Motorsport 4, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, if not for anything, just because of the looks, but then I also think it drives better as well. So yeah, it's got that going for it as well. So yeah, cracking car, quite frankly, and I'm glad they finally produced a saloon car that works, because the previous Panamera did have some areas that were really good on it, but then like the looks, for instance, was really lacking, and thankfully they've pretty much sorted it. Like I said, I don't love the look of it, but it's a lot better to look at than the previous one. Certainly not worthwhile covering your eyes over in disgust, that's for sure. So yeah, cracking car, and it's one of 3 that are new to the Forza series, and I'm really glad that they've put it in, quite frankly, because yeah, it's worthwhile driving it, and it's well worthy of being in the game. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.